Let's go. Oh, it did the thing again. No! Prosecutor on karma, you mean? Why does it do that? If I leave it idle for too long, the game decides that it wants to desync the sound. That is so weird. It's not like I did anything. I didn't do anything weird. I wonder why. It's okay. Luckily, my computer can at least boot up the game pretty quickly. Beep. I feel like this happened before. Didn't it? Yeah, there we go. What? Prosecutor von Karma? You mean... No, I heard it's a successor this time. Successor? Manfred von Karma was really a sinister man. He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks, all so he could win. And somehow a woman fell in love with him, and so he could have a daughter. Most likely he forced himself. He was obsessed with the word perfection. He had a perfect record for 40 long years. Who knows what sort of dirty tricks he had to use to get each of those guilty verdicts. Now, his successor, I wonder what kind of person they will turn out to be. It's no good. Mystic Maya! Pearl, hey, what's up? You showed up. Thanks for coming all this way. I was really worried about you. Hey, where's your mother? Didn't you come together? Mother is watching over the trainees. She said they have a training for 2 days straight with no breaks. Then you came all by yourself? Yep. Snuck out of the manor and followed a map. Whoa. Wait, you walked all the way here? Of course not. I ran. Oh my gosh. That was 2 hours by train. We're gonna do some math real quick. How fast is a train? Say a train, probably 60 at least, you think? 60 miles? Okay. So we got 120 miles. Person, like, little girl running. What is that? Maybe 3 or 4 miles per hour? I know, like, full-grown people can run closer to 10. How about little girl? We'll say little girl running 4 miles per hour. Think it's less than 60? I hope so, because she didn't run for 30 hours. Let's say 40. So let's say it's 80 miles away. 80 miles. We're gonna say she runs at 4 miles an hour. Take her almost a day. She runs faster than that. Or the train's really slow. That's impressive. I can't, oh my. If it takes 2 hours by train, as we were just doing Phoenix, thank you. Pearly, what about the train? Huh? What's a train? I give up. It's time, isn't it? Yay! I'm really scared. What if Karma tries to do something to me? At least I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nicer to that Bart Karma. Is Mr. Edgeworth? Who is that? He's Nick's rival. Well, he's also a friend. Objection! I still remember him as though I've seen him only yesterday. See, this is the hype music I hope we get into. Yeah, oh, that's what she did, Rune. She channeled a dead Olympic runner that she heard of. Got it. Every trial was a scorching, fierce battle until the very end. Objection! Objection! It was always back and forth with them. When you're rivals for life? Maya, please don't mention that name ever again. Why? I'm sorry, Maya. I forgot you don't know. He's gone. And he's not coming back. Oh, so he did end up resigning? We were stopping him from doing that last time. What? Wait a second. What's that supposed to mean? Court will commence shortly. Please proceed in the courtroom. Let's go. Now's not the time to talk about that anyway. Nick. Elodian. Oh gosh. I should have thought of Francisco voice. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. All the prosecution and defense prepared. What is with this kid? How old is she? Is she still 13? Oh, we don't have her yet. Mr. Wright, are you prepared? Huh? Yes, Your Honor. They always seem mad to me. Dang it. She could be British Edgeworth. I almost did that with Morgan. Mr. Phoenix Wright. You must be a little shocked because I am a woman, correct? She's the famed successor to Prosecutor Von Karma? I am Franziska Von Karma, the protege. It's okay, I think. I gave up a promising career in Germany to come to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Revenge? Is that about her father? If it's something of a personal nature, I'm sure you can... I'm talking. If you interrupt her again, my whip will do the speaking for me. I think it's fine. Please speak with your mouth like a normal person, I beg of you. Ah! Make no mistake, I will defeat you. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Prosecutor Von Karma, your opening statement, please. Those of Von Karma blood have only one fate, and that is perfection. The defendant, Maya Fey, will find no escape from her guilt on my watch. Very well. What is the defense's position? Your Honor? Does the defense wish to issue a plea of not guilty? Yes. Foolish fool who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams. 10 minutes. I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea. That's right. I'll have you running for the justified self-defense plea in no time. Justified self... Oh, is that why there's a hole in the thing? Plea usually reserved for when a person unintentionally kills in self-defense of themselves. We could very easily make a solid case that it was self-defense, but... The defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. Because a plea of... Plus, to plead justified self-defense to say you did kill someone. Oh, look, curtsy. How foolish. If that's how you want to play it, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I shall now call my first witness. She's scary as her dad. Father like daughter, I suppose. Witness, state your name and occupation. Yes, sir. My name's Dick Gumshoe. I'm a detective at the local precinct. Yeah. Get to the point already. Explain to the court the details of this murder. Yes, sir. If everyone please look at this map. Channeling chamber has no windows and the door was locked shut. At the time of the murder, only the victim and defendant were in the room. What were they doing in there? They were channeling a spirit, sir. Channeling a spirit? That's a look of disbelief. There you are. Anyway, a few minutes after channeling started, gunshots were heard coming from inside the room, sir. A few of the witnesses broke down the door and rushed into the room. It's quite when they found the victim was already dead, correct? I believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I've ever presided over. No, it's not. Nope. How was the victim killed? I was about to get to that. Stop wasting my time, then. Math Genius Zach. Happy Sunday to you, sir. Glad you could make it.
Direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The shot was fired from point-blank range. Before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used a pistol to finish out the victim after stabbing.
Okay. Who brought the gun in?
The victim was stabbed before being shot. This is the victim's autopsy report, sir.
After being stabbed in the chest, he was shot in the forehead at point blank. Oh, wow. That sucks. Does your Wi-Fi go through your garage, then? Odd that if somebody's working in a garage, that it would knock your Wi-Fi out.
Court accepts it into evidence, Mr. Wright. You may question the witness.
Sorry, Gumshoe. We're going to find something. Tell me things. Murder weapon, Detective Gumshoe. Whose pistol was it? I asked that question, too.
It was the victim's.
Oh, okay. That makes sense, I guess. Delicate things. Now, why would he have... Gosh, I can't do that voice if she's like that. Why would he have the pistol? Who cares? The pistol that you are missing, whose fingerprints are on the pistol. If you're not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start.
Fingerprints? There were fingerprints?
Along with the victims, the defendant, Maya Faze, were also on the grip, sir. So far, Zach, we have... Maya was supposed to be channeling a spirit for a doctor. The doctor was killed. They're trying to prove that Maya did it. This is day 1 of the trial.
Defendant's fingerprints were left on the murder weapon.
Yeah, I'll turn to their hands there. Ball sack. Point blank, huh? How far away is that, technically?
It's anywhere between 20 inches away, sir.
And how do you know he was at point blank range? Tis, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I grow tired of the foolish foolery of this foolish fools of this foolish country. Excuse me? A gunpowder burn. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole.
Gunpowder exploding is what makes the bullet fire, and that gets real hot, pal. And there were definitely some gunpowder burns left on the victim's forehead.
Where the hole is. Never knew that. Learn to learn. For the victim, stabbed first. Stabbed. And what was he stabbed with?
Fruit knife.
See, and whose knife was it?
It looks like it belongs to the face, sir. And of course, Maya's face fingerprints are all wet. All over it, huh?
Doesn't look good at all. Yeah, it's fuzzy right here. My lighting is bad, right? I can't get this. It sucks. I've tried doing different things with back there, but hope we can make do with just this little bit. What will you do, Mr. Phoenix Wright? But thank you for letting me know. It's annoying me too. How severe was the wound?
If it had been half an inch more to the right, should have hit the victim's heart. After a stab like that, it's impossible to fight back, let alone staying.
This testimony makes it sound like Maya had stabbed him with the intent to kill. Are you sure he was stabbed first, then shot? I mean, I guess.
Sure as can be. One look at the wound and you come to the same conclusion too, pal.
A fool is a fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools. A pistol shot to the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Doesn't matter then which was first. Think a little more before you open that big mouth of yours, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What a pain.
That's enough. We have clearly established how the victim was murdered. I brought the 2 murder weapons with me today. Very well. Court accepts it into evidence. Murder weapon was Gray's, 2 shots fired. Bears Maya and Gray's fingerprints. Small fruit knife belongs to the phase. Bears Maya's fingerprints.
The date and time of death was June 19th at 3:15 p.m. Eyewitnesses claim to have heard 2 gunshots at this time.
And the 2 murder weapons, both with the defendant's fingerprints on them, huh? Does sound like an open and shut case.
Naturally.
It's going from bad to worse. And the summary just now wasn't oversimplifying things to the extreme.
Your Honor, feel free to slam that little gabber of yours.
Roger that.
After all, there is no room left for a doubt, is there?
It's quite true, Mr. Wright.
Yes?
Even in the face of all this, do you still wish to plead not guilty? It's the opinion of this court that if you do not adjust your plea, you stand to lose.
See, just as I promised, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You will change your plea in less than 10 minutes.
What do you do, Mr. Wright? You change to justified self-defense, because now would be the time to do so. It's your final chance.
It's a huge decision, you better think about it.
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Believe in your client.
To plead justified self-defense, we would basically be confessing to murder. After the trial, Maya's life would be ruined, and she'd be labeled as a murderer. Can't let that happen. Your Honor, we reached a conclusion. The defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of complete acquittal.
Ow! You've sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Detective.
Yes, sir.
Present the final portion of your testimony. The final strike.
This is Von Karma's daughter.
His successor.
Yes, sir. See here, proceedings are run by... Yes, of course. Go ahead, detective. Give your testimony.
I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence.
Now, do we have her age yet? She became a prosecutor at 13. I want to check real quick. She's 18 now. Okay. She's Maya's age. Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. Had a hole in it. This is the costume. Suddenly an evidence of spray of blood on this. Back spray. Okay, so spraying back, like shotting and... Okay, got it. This piece directly links Maya Fay to the crime, sir. I see. Court accepts it into evidence. Maya's costume. Wait, what did it say there? Blood splatters. And it showed a hole in it. Why? It showed a hole. Maya's fingerprints on both murder weapons and blood splatters on her clothes. Could this situation get any worse?
What's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. I think it's time for the last piece of testimony the prosecution should have to offer. Feel free to sulk off with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
At least she's being polite by calling you Mr. Phoenix Wright. Please stop calling me by my full name. Oh. I mean, it's just the way they do it in Germany. I think that could be a thing. Why didn't you say so in your testimony earlier? You're kind of scary today, you know, pal? Come now, Mr. Wright. There's no need for that kind of attitude in my court. Alright, just please stop glaring at me like that. Maya's costume. Yeah, she was wearing this when we arrested her. She's wearing her channeling costume today, too. She's not allowed to wear anything else? I guess not. There's blood on the costume. Lab results show that it's the victim's blood. Sorry, pal. There's blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes.
Not good. So, were there any other clues you might glean from this piece of evidence? If you must change the topic, then the good detective here must testify again. Not too bad. Not enough time. Let's move on. Maybe the judge is on her side? That's rude. But if I bite off more than I can chew here, what should I do? I want to know more. I saw a hole. Why is Miss Karma suddenly putting up a resistance? There must be a reason as to why she suddenly threw out an objection like that. Here's a hole in it. It's right there.
Mr. Wright? Sun Kama's logic is perfect. There's no way you could poke a hole in it.
What, are we in the tutorial again? Your Honor? Actually, there is something wrong with this piece of evidence.
What? What are you talking about, pal? Where's the problem you're talking about?
Come this far. We're in a trap, aren't we? We're getting trapped. We're getting trapped. I can feel it in my bones. I asked the court to please take a look at the sleeve of the costume.
The sleeve? Tiny hole.
A hole? But that wasn't in your report.
Hold on. Right around the hole smells faintly of gunpowder.
Gunpowder? No one ever told me. You're the detective. You should just know. Found the hole over there. Your Honor, the only logical conclusion you can make is that it must be a bullet hole.
Order? It's a very grave matter. Thus we correct the court record before anything else.
Press the check button for details. Sorry about that. I guess we messed up, sir. Is she actually smiling? What else is she hiding? Pull yourself together, detective. A tiny hole doesn't change a thing. The strength of evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony. That, just now, was a fluke. Nothing more. Objection! How can you say something like that? It's a huge oversight.
Well, I agree it is a mistake on part of the police. What Prosecutor Von Karma has said is true. The evidence still stands. If you don't find a more definitive problem with the evidence, then...
No way.
Gumshoe?
Bam. Yes, sir. Oh, not fighting back? How do you know if he was or wasn't?
Well, we can find no evidence that the victim put up any sort of struggle, pal. Did the murderer have a fight with the victim or not? Depending on this, the circumstances around the murder might change drastically.
I had something to prove that the victim did fight back. She thinks she can decide the verdict with the testimony alone? Find a critical contradiction somehow. In some way, and somewhere, and yeah. So does the whole count as fighting back? Doesn't that count as fighting back? Objection! Yeah. I'm listening for the music to stop playing. Detective Dick Gumshoe. Yeah. Hey, having you come here by my full name is kind of weird feeling. You said that my client killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back.
Yeah, I did.
Then what, may I ask, is this bullet hole you police overlooked supposed to mean?
What does it mean?
I'll tell you what it means. It means that the victim had fired off a shot. Is this what it means to not fight back?
You're right. Seems you are correct. The victim had tried to shoot the defendant, then change everything.
Wind seems to be shifting. Probably not. What's with that "are you finished yet" laugh? Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
What, Karma?
It seems that Maya Fey was shot by the victim. However, that is only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plea.
Correct?
But I'm sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defense clearly said. They reject justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty. Which means the defense has yet to prove anything at all.
Ballsack. That's true.
Curtsy. Furthermore, just the fact that there is a bullet hole in the costume is not enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense.
How so?
Yeah. Don't just stand there. Hurry up and tell the court what transpired that day. With the new information we acquired in, of course.
You mean by myself? You want me to put together a scenario by myself? Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Sorry, sir. Jeez. Don't even get this bad punishment in Jersey. During the channeling, the defendant saw a chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but they were too close. He missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. Scenario you put together does make sense. Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Wright? On the surface, it does seem to make sense. However, I won't give up that easily. Please refrain from glaring at the judge. That's great. Now, cross-examination, please. Okay. Press. There's quite a difference in height between Dr. Gray and the defendant. Add in body strength, and it seems unlikely that the defendant could have stabbed the victim. Now that you mention it, yeah, yes.
Objection!
You think you can get away with such flimsy reasoning? Mr. Phoenix, right? Maya Fey was in the middle of channeling, was she not? When channeling with the Krang spirit channeling technique, the medium physically changes. With the nurse's bill, the defendant could have easily been a match for the doctor. Agent Nalek, happy Sunday. It is Sunday, right? And some people still watching in the UK this late, so happy Monday, just in case. I don't believe it. She even studied up on the Korean channeling technique. It's pretty thorough. It's scary. It's very scary. Like I said before, I am perfect.
About what you're talking about. I didn't quite get it. Never mind. Yeah, Judge, even if we explained it to you, you didn't get it. So he was stabbed, but the stab wound didn't kill him. But if you think about it, the blood loss, it was probably hurt pretty bad. How badly hurt would you say he was? Actually, I went to get blood the other day. And afterward, I felt a little lightheaded and dizzy. I guess the damage was maybe about 10 times dizziness? That was pretty dumb. Yeah, that was pretty dumb. Come on, where in the world did that pistol come from? It looks like the victim Dr. Gray had specifically bought it for that day. A handgun? I got it off the black market about 2 days before the murder. Why did Dr. Gray bring a gun? He's taking precautions against something? Yeah, probably against the channeler. So, you're saying that the bullet hole in this costume was made then? Sorry, pal, but yeah, that's what I think. Two of them were already fighting when a shot was fired. Really glad you weren't hurt. Maya's never fired her gun before in her life. The victim had already taken off the safety. With the safety off, even an amateur like you could fire it just by pulling the trigger. Even me, I wonder.
Now do you understand? Von Karma's logic is perfect.
This makes us look very bad. There's gotta be a contradiction in there somewhere. And uncovering it is going to uncover the truth. I can feel it.
usually like a specific word. Eight inches off the ground. Not that far up at all. Stab in the chest and shot point blank. 2 shots. That's the only thing I can think of. This being 8 inches off the ground. Nope. Can I present it here? Nope. I don't even think that's the right thing I'm supposed to be representing. But where am I looking for a contradiction? Maya's being framed for channeling somebody and then killing the person who hired her to channel the person. Loss here. While they were fighting, victim took the gun. Victim took a shot, but they were too close. He missed. Take that! The only thing that makes sense is this for range, and this for holes? Okay. I was guessing that there wasn't burn marks. Missing the tiny hole in this costume will be the prosecution's undoing. Eh? What do you mean, pal? This little hole has actually created a huge hole in your testimony. Explain yourself. You said the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then where is the gunpowder burn on this costume? Gunpowder burn? This is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Oh, hey! There's not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume. That's a very good point. And what exactly does this mean? It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from one another.
Objection!
I am disappointed, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You think you can punch a hole in my logic with that? With wishy-washy thinking like that, anyone can explain anything away. Then I implore you to disprove my line of thinking. Let's see. In the middle of the fight, the victim pushed the defendant away. And it was then, when they were separated, that he fired. How is that?
Objection!
As if that was even possible. According to the testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. The victim would not have had the strength to push the defendant very far after that. Yeah. Well, then... That's right. The defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have put some space between the doctor and herself. And then, while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took his shot. There. That should satisfy even you. Doesn't make an awful lot of sense. Well, what do you think, Mr. Wright? Concrete and... I want to say no, but I want like actual. I want to say no. There's a fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor, and I have no idea what it is. Fatal flaw? Meow. Very interesting. I would love to see what this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation. There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot. I'm thinking diagram or this. One of those two is the only thing that's popping in my head. Playing Breath of the Wild? Nice. I don't have a Switch, otherwise I might play it every now and then, or would have liked to have played it. I played almost every other Zelda game. I'm gonna go with this first. This piece of evidence destroys your logic. Folding screen? I'd like to point to the court's attention to the hole in this folding screen. Yeah. Looks like you already know what I'm talking about. Who, where, what? Explain. Are these two really that clueless? So is Spiff, because I just kind of guessed. The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It passed through at a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means... when the shot was fired, the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, was actually squatting low to the ground. Order. This changes everything. Please look at this diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot. And the bullet hit this folding screen. It hit this location, about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in this area. Over here.
Take that!
Somewhere around here. Judge face scrunched like he's just smelled some shit. I just realized I forgot to brush this morning. Excuse me while I freshen up. Sure. In the meantime, I want you to think of things through again. I guess right in front of him, then. Okay, probably just like right here.
Take that!
That's not it? Where are you supposed to be? Like right here?
Take that!
I'm so lost. This is dumb. Come on. Like, right next? Can I do this?
Take that!
Am I supposed to... Yeah, I'm clueless about most of these too. For now, I should focus on where Maya was at the time of the crime. Behind the screen.
Take that!
Oh, that can't be it. I was just being fed up with trying to figure out how the victim and his attacker were fighting, were they not? Then what would the attacker be doing all the way back there? Besides which, if the attacker was behind the folding screen, then how could the victim even know where to shoot? It's obviously impossible. Yeah, I guess so. Mr. Wright. Oh gosh. Of course it's wrong. For now, I should focus on where Maya was at the time of the crime. I have done here, here, here. Should I say here? So there's like a line to it? Sure, you're here right now.
Take that!
Dumb. I had it like right next to the victim. So here's the victim circle. I clicked like right where my thumb is. Is that not good enough? Silly. Okay. The second time we got a run over. Let's speed through that. See if I can remember where I'm supposed to actually click things. But yeah, I think we'll go with you, Zach. We'll just click the victims, like, on top of the victim!
Objection! Objection! Objection!
Ba-da-da, ba-da-da, da-da-da. Guess I don't have to do the voices again. I love skipping through stuff we did. At least I can just hold the button. That's pretty nice. So how's life? Happy Sunday. Thanks for spending some of it here. Always a compliment. See that shows I clicked where that was. Maybe they're in somewhere and the evidence makes them switch places? Maybe. Okay, we're gonna go until we get close to that again. And then we'll save. Heck, we'll even save now. Just to... So if we die, I don't have to skip that much. I forget where I'm supposed to do this, so I'm gonna... press. I forgot.
Objection! Hold it!
Okay, we have to get to this part. I don't actually think there's anything I present here. It's just getting gunpowder burn information.
Hold it! Hold it!
Pretty sure we didn't present anything this one.
Hold it!
We just holded it at all. Yep. Curtsy. Tense music. Good. Not guilty. Yum. 9. Ow. Jerk. That hurt. Ow. Stop. Oh. Rude. I'm surprised she's, like, allowed to have that whip, man. You have a stomach bug? No. Sorry, agent. That sucks. Yeah. The only thing I think of is, like... I don't know. I know a lot of water helps. Water is the best natural detoxer. Not fighting back. I think it's this.
Objection!
Oh, it's not that? Oh, I thought it was. Hold on. Did I not get...
Hold it! Hold it!
I thought the hole in the thing was incriminating evidence.
Hold it!
Oh, I haven't pointed it out yet, have I? Did I point out the hole?
Hold it!
I don't think I pointed out the hole yet. If you're just joining us, we are speeding up to where we died.
Objection!
Yeah, we point out the hole, then we can present it over there.
Take that!
Come on. That was close enough. Sensitive little button.
Take that!
Way to start 3 lives down already, Spiff. Good job. She's smiling. There's not a whole objection. Okay. I'd laugh if there's like speedrunners of this game who just hold down the button to skip all dialogue. Be kind of silly, actually. Oh, when is HE? Is that next month? I think it's next month. Like after E3 or something. Somewhere in there. You had an undercover heist of candy, I hope. And did you bring some to share? Okay. Let's see. Or am I doing this? Let's go ahead and do another safety save. So this has been one of those trials I'm just going to screw up a lot. It was unsuccessful? No! Did you learn anything new for next heist? This is presenting this.
Objection!
You just told us something new. Oh, good luck. My brother has a few amiibos for Smash. I don't know.
Objection! Objection!
Objection. Yes, sir, I can do it, sir. Believe in me.
So I present the folding screen.
Take that!
Yeah. So there's 2 places we're gonna look. One is right on top of the victim. The other is gonna be right in front of this folding screen. Can I save here? I cannot. I'm gonna say I'm on top of the victim.
Take that!
Nope. Okay. So I mean in front of the folding screen?
Take that!
Near the folding screen. Kneeling near the folding screen. Wait a second. We know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the boot hole. But how can you gauge the distance from that? It isn't possible that the defendant was standing much closer to the victim? That's impossible. But why? You, of all people, should know the answer to that question, Miss Von Karma. If she were shot from somewhere closer, it would be gunpowder burns present. However, there is nothing of the sort around the bullet of this costume. Ah. Curse you, Mr. Phoenix Knight. You... I believe it has now been proven that the defendant was standing a ways from the victim when she was shot at. And this has changed the defendant's situation. Yeah. Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. Prosecution has claimed that the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with a knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at that time? Squatting all the way by the folding screen. Exactly. If Maya Fey was the real murderer, why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike? On further consideration, it does make very little sense. Yeah, I figured it had to be a reason. Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job. Oof. First oof from Gumshoe today. With this, the rest of the trial should be in the last radius of disaster. Good follow through. You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright. To think you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point. Now I know why Papa had to take time with you, had a tough time with you. You amuse me.
All the things to inherit. Why did it have to be this smarmy smile?
A detective. How dare you damage my perfect logic?
Eh? How was it my fault?
You can start by repairing your standing by first removing the 3-stand goatee. Oh, and rest assured, your punishment will come later.
Look, there's an even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 hairs on his goatee, not 3.
Well then, Your Honor, I think I had all I can take of this detective's face.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of... Those desks go through a lot of damage. A lot of stress. A lot of abuse.
I think it's time to call in the next witness.
Next witness? That's gotta be Lotta. Very well. Court will take a 5-minute recess. After we convene, we'll hear from the next witness. Yeah, it's true. There's a lot of things they've just allowed to come in the courtroom just for no reason that we could even think of. Totally fine. I mean, they could be wood. They could be metal desks. That's very true. Ooh. Guys, I'm going to call it there.